This video is about my entry to the GM48 Game Jam, which is a challenge to create a game using GameMaker in less than 48 hours. When the 2-day timer began, the theme of the jam was revealed to be spellcasting. I knew that I wanted to create a game mechanic where the player casts spells by drawing symbols on the screen, but I wasn't too sure on how to implement this. I thought that maybe I could record mouse cursor velocities or directions in an array, and then compare this against other arrays for various spells, but quickly realized this was a terrible idea and was too complex. I ended up creating this ring of orbs that hovers above the player, in which you connect the dots when drawing the symbol. This way, I only have to check the combination of activated orbs when casting a spell. I decided that the goal of the game would be to discover a spell that could save a befriended character who had fallen ill. In pursuit of that goal, the player would need to learn different spells off of signposts and use them to overcome various obstacles. This game consists of only a few short puzzles, so if you have any interest in playing it yourself, please download the game on my itch page before watching the rest of the video. I will spoil everything as I elaborate on the design. When starting the game, the player is next to the ill character and a house with the front door locked. I wanted this to communicate the goal of the game as well as the idea that something interesting might be inside the house. The floating orbs also help make the spellcasting mechanic more apparent and prompts the player to start playing around with it. The rest of the map consists of a graveyard, a corn maze, and this yard with a dog in it. The graveyard has these ghosts that prevent the player from reading a signpost. The corn maze has these dead bushes that prevent you from entering. And this yard with a key in it has this dog guarding the entrance. If the player wanders around enough, or if they follow the crackling sound from the beginning of the game, they'll find this campfire with the first readable signpost. I wanted the discovery of each spell to be a satisfying aha moment, so I thought that each sign could have a drawing scratched onto it, and that the design of the drawing would suggest to the player the shape of the symbol to be drawn and the function or purpose of the spell. This symbol on the campfire signpost is supposed to suggest that this triangle shape can be used to cast a fire spell, and that the fire spell can be used to burn the bushes at the corn maze. At the end of the maze, the player similarly learns of a ghost vanishing spell. Casting this spell allows the player to learn an invisibility spell that they can use to get past the dog in the yard. The key from the yard allows the player to enter the house and learn the final spell. Casting this spell reverses the illness and ends the game. In making this jam, I learned that you often can't predict how a player will interact with your game. Some people would rush to the corner of the map and almost purposefully avoid the campfire with every effort they had. I also remember watching the live stream of someone who just drew on the screen for several minutes before getting confused. If you don't have access to other people who can playtest your game, it's important to get out of your own head and try to mentally consider your game from different angles when testing it yourself. The biggest criticism I received was about communication. When making the signpost drawings, I wanted to make a design that wasn't too obvious or too cryptic. Some players had no problem understanding the message of the signs, while others were confused and frustrated by them. I think a better puzzle design can take advantage of different kinds of clues to guide the player to a solution. Some types of clues will naturally resonate with some players more than others, and having a diverse assortment of clues can balance the pacing for a wider audience. I also learned to take advantage of the talent that was already around me. My brother knows a thing or two about music, so I asked him if he could make me a song for the game. I asked him for something spooky and farm-like, and in about an hour he sent me this song that improved the game atmosphere in a way that I wouldn't have been able to do myself. So if you want to make games, animation, music, or anything else, come hang out on our Discord and show off your project. Creativity loves company. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.